Hello, how is everybody doing? It is another weekend and the sun is about to go down here in Albuquerque. It's about 7:30 on Sunday, and I have had a really easy week. And one of the reasons it's been so easy is because I have been binge watching channeling podcasts. And I posted one of those for you guys last weekend, I think. Pamela Ariana, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing her name correctly. She was channeling the Council of Nine, I think, something like that. And she was being brought to us by Yannicka, a Scandinavian lady, who has something called Wisdom from North. And I found her podcast particularly enlightening, as also Alex Ferrari. He has something called Next Level Soul. I found some of his channels very interesting. And I am a dyed-in-the-wool Sethi. To me, Seth is the gold standard in terms of channeled information. But unfortunately, he's not being channeled by anybody right now. And we are in such exciting, at times distressing times, that I look outside to see what is happening in the grander scheme of things. I have my own ideas, but I'm not sure how accurate they are. My ability to see into the future is fairly limited, as it is in many of our cases, and the discarnates, of course, can see what's beyond the bend in the river better than we can. And so to get a greater perspective on what is actually going on right now, I have been searching. I'm not sure that I have found any concrete answers yet. I mean, there's Bashar being channeled by Daryl Anka, and of course Bashar is talking about extraterrestrials, but he has some decent words of wisdom in between, and I think we need to look at what is being said, who's saying it, and most of all, our gut reaction to what is being said. When I first came upon the Seth material, it resonated with me so strongly that I basically didn't question it. And of course it happened synchronistically a few months after I had my initial awakening under nitrous oxide at the dentist. So it happened to sync with that, and which made it easier for me to accept it, but it just felt true. It felt more true than anything I've ever read in the Bible. It felt more true than what science has come up with. It felt more true than what any religion has come up with. And so, yes, I am definitely a Seth devotee, and if I could practice everything that Seth taught us, I would be living in a paradise right now. But I'm not quite there yet. I still wake up and grumble about things, and during the course of this week, I must have, I don't know, maybe a dozen or so different posts that I was in the process of typing with my little fingers. And then I thought about it, and I thought, this is not helping anything. I am not helping anything by doing this, except maybe temporary, relief, getting that little dig in. But in the long scheme of things, I'm not really making any difference doing that. And so I corrected myself, which I'm very pleased to say that once in a while I can catch myself before I say or do something really stupid. But not all the time. I'm as prone as the rest of you to have knee-jerk reactions, and this is what the material that we've been studying, those of us who have been into the Seth material for years and years, we should know better. We should know better than to just react like that. We should be acting instead of reacting. But I don't always. But this week it was fairly easy for me because I kept myself up on a fairly high plane most of the time because I was just so inundated with this material all the time. Right? You can't help but be spiritually elevated when you're listening to all of these channeled beings talking about love and lightness. So that is my little message for this weekend. I hope you're all doing okay. I did see that Trump fell asleep during the Pope's, I guess, official celebration of his life. And for a change, I wasn't feeling too terribly critical because jet lag is a real thing. At least I know I cannot sleep on a plane. I can't do it. I just can't do it. Of course, I'm not in a private cabin with a bed either when I'm traveling by plane. So I gave him that little bit of slack that he fell asleep. I don't know what he was doing there. Anyway, what is the Antichrist doing, at the Pope's celebration of life? Couldn't quite figure that out, but I guess he figured he had to be there. So, can't hurt him. Maybe it'll do him some good. Alright, I hope you guys have a lovely what's left of your weekend. If you have anything left. If you're in Australia, you have nothing left of your weekend by now. So, wishing you well. Words of wisdom. Think before you act. Think before you act. Don't let yourself be reactive. Easier said than done. Alright, ciao.